Now, guys, the next part is we see some special kind of triangles. The first special kind of triangle we see is a 30, 60, 90 triangle. Okay, a 30, 60, 90 triangle is, guys, when the angles of a triangle are 30 degrees, 60 degrees, and 90 degrees respectively. Okay, now whenever this happens, we observe that the side opposite to 30 degrees, jo bhi hoga, it is half the hypotenuse, right? And side opposite to 60 degrees, guys, it is root 3 upon 2 times the hypotenuse. Okay, ये सब क्यों होता है? Okay, that will get confirmed when we study trigonometry. Okay, so trigo में ये part काफी easily आप समझ जाएंगे. Okay, so in a 30, 60, 90 triangle, the sides opposite to 30 degree is half the side opposite to 30 degrees half the hypotenuse, and side opposite to 60 degrees is root 3 upon 2 times the hypotenuse. Okay, so guys, 30 degrees के opposite में जो side है उसकी value कितनी है? उसकी value है AC divided by 2. 60 degree के opposite में side है उसकी value क्या है? root 3 AC divided by 2. And 90 degrees is the hypotenuse, right? 90 degrees के opposite में side कौन सा है? AC itself, right? So cancelling out AC, guys, and multiplying that by 2, you get the ratio of sides as 1 is to root 3 is to 2, guys. So always remember, for a 30, 60, 90 triangles, guys, the ratio of the sides opposite to these angles is 1 is to root 3 is to 2. Okay, guys, it's as simple as that. Okay, similarly, we have a special kind of triangle. Okay, it is called as the 45, 45, 90 triangle. It is basically an isosceles triangle because it has the two angles equal, or the two base angles as equal, right? So you can see these two base angles are equal, 45, 45. Okay, and this angle is 90. So it is the combination of an isosceles and a right angle triangle, right? So we also call it as the isosceles right angle triangle. Okay, what do we observe? The sides opposite to 45 degrees are AC, hypotenuse divided by root 2. Hypotenuse divided by root 2. Okay, same. Okay, both of them. Okay, so guys, for a 45, 45, 90 triangle, let's write down the ratio of the sides opposite to these angles. AC by root 2, AC by root 2 are equal to AC here, right? So cancelling out AC, 1 by root 2, 1 by 2, 1 by root 2, multiplied by root 2, you have the ratio of sides as 1 is to 1 is to root 2, guys. So for a 45, 45, 90 triangle, always remember the ratio of the sides opposite to these angles is 1 is to 1 is to root 2. Okay. Okay, guys, so let's discuss about equilateral triangles right now. What I will do is I'll drop a perpendicular on side BC from the point A. Okay, so we have AD perpendicular to BC, right? Now, you can observe that equilateral triangle में दो sides तो equal होते ही होते हैं. Okay, so for triangle ABD and triangle ACD, AB and AC are equal. These two angles are 90 and AD is the common side, right? Means the two triangles are congruent by the hypotenuse side test. So ये angles equal होंगे और ये sides भी basically equal होंगे, right? Okay, guys, this tells us what? For an equilateral triangle, okay, the altitude to the base is the median. It's also the perpendicular bisector. It's also the angle bisector, right? So you can observe, guys, I have just replicated everything. Okay, the points, the point where all these three altitudes, perpendicular bisectors, angle bisectors meet. Okay, that point is G. And now, guys, remember G is the centroid. It is the orthocenter. It is circumcenter. It's also the incenter for this given triangle. Okay, equilateral triangle में चारों points basically they coincide. Okay. Now let's apply the concept of 30, 60, 90 theorem. Guys, अगर हमने 60 का half किया, all these half angles will be 30 degrees each, right? ये 30, ये भी 30, 30, 30, 30 everywhere, right? So I assume the side AB is equal to A units. Side opposite to 30 degrees क्या होगा, guys? Half the hypotenuse. So this will be equal to A by 2. And side opposite to 60 degrees क्या होगा, guys? Root 3 upon 2 times the hypotenuse, right? So now let's find out the area of the triangle. The area of triangle we know is half into base into height, right? So half into base कितना है, guys? Base तो A ही है, and height is root 3 A by 2. So half into A into root 3 A by 2. It's half into base. यहाँ पे A होगा. Half into base into height. Okay, this will give you root 3 upon 4 into side square. Okay, cancelling out the 2. That's by mistake. Base is entirely A, not A by 2. Okay, so remember this formula, guys. For any equilateral triangle, the area is root 3 upon 4 into side ka square. It's as simple as that. Now, guys, we know that, for any triangle, okay, the centroid will trisect the median, right? If the centroid trisects the median, guys, I will say that AG is to GD will be equal to 2 is to 1. This I'll write in a slightly better way. Okay. एंड अब हम क्या करेंगे, रूट 3 A by 2 को दो पार्ट्स में ब्रेक करेंगे. ओके, एक होगा 2/3 जो कि AG होगा, विल बी A by root 3, एंड दूसरा होगा अपना GD जो कि होगा 1/3 of root 3 A by 2, which is A by 2 root 3. Okay, if you observe carefully, guys, these lengths AG, okay, and GD are respectively the circumradius and the in radius, right? For any equilateral triangle, the circumradius is A by root 3 and the in radius is A by 2 root 3. Okay, dividing these two, we get for any equilateral triangle, the ratio of circumradius to inradius is 2:1. It's as simple as that. The upper part of a tree broken over by the wind makes an angle of 30 degrees with the ground, and the distance from the root, that is the point where stem starts from the ground, to the point where the top of the tree touches the ground is 5 feet. Find the actual height of the tree. Okay. So if you observe carefully, this is the question. Okay. BC. Okay. BC is the stem here. Okay. Stem start हो रहा है यहाँ पे at point B. ये tree पहले इतना था ऊपर. Okay. Now this tree fell and now AC represents the fallen part. Right. So what is the actual length of the tree, guys? It is AC plus BC. Right. इतना part टूट गया है और इतना नीचे आ गया है AC. Okay. Right. All right. So let's go on further, guys. We know that as per the 30, 60, 90 theorem, okay, this triangle behaves like one. ये 90, 60, 30 है. So as per 30, 60, 90 theorem, guys, the ratio of sides is 1 is to root 3 is to 2, right? So अगर ये side में 1 माना, ये हो जाएगा root 3 और ये हो जाएगा 2 units, right? Now, guys, the unbroken height of tree, guys. Unbroken height of tree क्या होगा? जो उसका height टूटने के पहले था, वो क्या था? ये BC stem वाला part और AC जो टूट गया है, right? So initially the unbroken height of tree is what? BC plus AC, right? Which is 1 plus 2, 3 units, guys. Okay. And now the question gives you the distance of the root, means the point where stem starts, B, to the top of the tree is A. So AB का distance हमें question में दिया है, right, guys? Which is how much? Root 3, which is nothing but 5 feet, right? Okay. AB is given as 5 feet. Okay. But now since the ratio we have taken is 1 is to root 3 is to 2. Okay, we have AB corresponds to 5 feet, but AB is nothing but root 3 as per our terminology, right? 1 is to root 3 is to 2 होगा. So अगर guys हमारे हिसाब से root 3 corresponds to 5 feet, 3 that is the total length of the tree is how much? Okay, cross multiply, you have 5 root 3. That's the required answer in this case, right? So just applying the 30, 60, 90 theorem, you can get the answer in this case, right? Let's go for the next question, guys. Find the area of a square with diagonal length equals to 10 root 2 units. Now, guys, very simple question. If you take a square and break it into two halves, okay, you are generating a 45, 45, 90 triangle, right? Okay, because that's an isosceles triangle you are forming. AB is same as AD. By the logic of isosceles triangles, the base angle will be same. So 45, 45 ho jayega. Okay, so it's a 45, 45, 90 triangle, guys. For a 45, 45, 90 triangle, we know that ratio of sides 1 is to 1 is to root 2. Okay, but this root 2 corresponds to BD here, right? And BD is given as 10 root 2, right? So agar root 2 is corresponding to 10 root 2, 1 corresponds to what? 1 corresponds to 10. So this 1 can be treated as, guys, AB or AD sides of the square. So what is the area of the square? 10 ka square equal to 100 unit square. It's as simple as that, right, guys? Let's go on to the last question. Find the area of an equilateral triangle with perimeter equals to 12 units. Okay, guys, very simple. Perimeter 12 मतलब क्या? Okay, all the sides are 4, 4 and 4. ये कैसे निकाला मैंने? Perimeter is nothing but 3 into side, right? For any triangle, for any equilateral triangle, guys, remember perimeter is 3 into the side. Your 3 into the side. Okay, for any other triangle, it is sum of the 3 sides. Okay, but yeah, in this case, all 3 sides are equal, so it is 3 into the sides. So 3 into side is equal to 12, guys. So side कितना 4 units. Now we apply formula, that is root 3 upon 4 into side square, and you can find out the area directly. Root 3 upon 4 into 4 square, 4 4 cancel, the answer is 4 root 3 unit square.